The same way why we have to keep talking about how black people keep getting killed
I can't,
who are unarmed.
I can't, like, I hate when people share those police shooting videos on Facebook. I can't watch them for my mental health. Like, I've had a really bad experience with police. And so watching those videos, like, I see myself in that stuff. And so it's just like, I can't watch those. And so it's just like, the thing is, for some white people, they're never going to get it until they watch a black dude running away from a cop get 9 shots in his back for no reason.
At the end of the day, I mean, honestly, the Las Vegas shooting, and I don't know if anybody said this or wants to say this, and it's probably not a good thing to say, but it's true.
Okay.
Could not have been better that it was a white shooter and a country concert.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
That's crazy.
Because the racial divide in this country is so bad right now.
Yeah.
If that had been like a hip hop concert or something like that.
All hip hop concerts are white kids.
Well, I feel like it wasn't. I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like if that had been anything racial, that would have been.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
Terrible.
That would have been terrible.
So, like, in a way, I was a little relieved that happened. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you got like. We have to keep talking about it. But I mean, it all comes down to money. Like, we just need more. We need to keep talking about this stuff and pushing
people
stuff. Black NFL owners.
Yeah.
They need to own
What happened to Weinstein needs to happen to these creeps. You just need to get removed.
But people are really scared about losing their jobs. And I think now, today, in 2017, with the social media and videos and cameras.
Because other people are sharing stories about other people, like Rose with this Amazon chief guy and all
Jeff
this kind
Bezos.
of stuff. Yeah.
With that, we have so much more power than we did before.
Same.
Like when Gwyneth Paltrow was getting assaulted by Harvey Weinstein, there weren't cell phones, like flip phones that you could like take a video of.
Now I'm just like, somebody tries to do something to me, like I'm recording you and it's on Twitter in 10 seconds, you know? Right. And so it's just like social media has been, like you said, just such a great avenue for people of color, women, the LGBT community, for our voices to be, you know, projected, because really, if you had privilege and you didn't care, you just were able to not care. But now it's so in your face, you have to. And that's why, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm tired of talking about racism, because this is the first time in their life they're actually having to talk about it.
Right.
And you can't just skate away from it, because I feel like even people of color, even at this point, it's like, no, I want what's mine, and I should be treated like a regular person. Women are at the point now where they're like, I should be treated just as an equal, which you guys should. And so then,
I think a lot of wanting to be involved in the workplace was a lot of accepting sexual harassment.
Yes.
Because we were only allowed to be secretaries, and we had to do weird shit, and you know, the sweethearts and the honeys and like all that kind of name call. Like, if you had called that out then, you would be out of a job.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like we're at this point where I think we're secure enough in that enough of us know what's right.
Exactly.
To do what's right.
That's
so how are you going to call out men?
Me? How am I going to call out men? I mean, I feel like I do it already because I was just raised to do that. Like, if I have friends that have even gotten mad at me because I'll tell, like, hey, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like calling that out, making sure, and always making sure I'm in the right way. Like, I don't need to be doing anything because that's going to look hypocritical, you know what I'm saying? So watching my own actions. But definitely, when you hear something, you nip it in the bud, because, like, I wouldn't want you to say something, think it's okay, and then end up acting on it 10, 15 years from now, you know what I'm saying? And so I'd rather nip it in the bud now with you joking about it or even saying something along those lines. It's just like, and my whole thing is like, I always want the women that are around me, whether we're hanging out, whether we're writing, whether we're doing whatever, I want you to feel comfortable around me. I don't want you to ever feel like, because like they were saying, Ashley Tisdale, she did Scary Movie 5, she said, I didn't ever meet with Harvey, I talked to him on the phone, but multiple people told me don't be in a room by themselves. Don't be in your room by yourself.
Can you imagine if that's what somebody says about you?
My thing is, okay, if you're already warning women don't be in a room by yourself with Harvey Weinstein, maybe Harvey Weinstein's the problem, not the room and the girl.
100%.
That in the butt. And so that's just the way I see it. Just calling it out where it is now, and if I see it, do something about it, because I'm just the type of person, I'm going to be as whatever, you call me social justice warrior, whatever you want to call it. If I see a problem, I want it fixed. I don't care if that means me not having a job later. I don't care if that means whatever, because I feel like the real truth will always be, you know, you'll be taken care of. So that's just what I
mean, that's what it takes. Is people not worrying.
Because I mean, it's just like I'm really angry at all the people over the years that have known what this guy has been doing and probably doing the same thing. And
yeah, but you know, people get really scared, and I think that we want to think that people are. I always look for the good in people, but I think I'm very naive to how dark people can be, and how much they will try to save their own backs, and people will throw people under the bus and take their own backs. And so if that means keeping somebody's terrible secret, or maybe he has something on them, like there's just so many. That's
because Harvey Weinstein is not the only guy doing this.
No,
it's probably a Justice League and them niggas doing this stuff.
Yeah,
and so it's just like there's people probably that know certain things that were doing it with them.
But here's the thing about calling people out early that I want people to really understand is that if you get called out early enough, like now, I mean, if you really try to change your actions and be decent, I'm not gonna vilify you, or ostracize you, or whatever.
Because the whole point of that is to foster change,
be better,
and rehabilitation.
Right. But you really have to make those steps because it does feel shitty to call people out when like they don't even have any. You're like, oh, they're barely even doing anything, whatever. But you cannot let people who are showing those very clear signs of being harassers and sexual abusers. You cannot let them progress if they're not going to face.
Because my thing is, I think of who this victim could be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the more important thing, not this person's feelings.
Right.
So thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Like you're a really fun guest. Drop some knowledge on these people. I thank you for coming. Second female guest on the show, but we've done what 5 episodes, so we're doing that's 40% female.
Pretty good ratio.
We trying to do it right.
Be better. No, I'm just kidding.
She was
Comedy
thinking
is a very male dominated field.
Really
I feel like you're doing a great job.
It really is, but I really want to try to not make that an excuse though.
But it's true. No, but I mean, you just take people. I have a podcast. It's called Hot Chicks Aren't Funny.
Yeah, what a good thing.
It's called Hot Chicks Aren't Funny. But I mean, no, I think you got to get people when it's in a good time, so you have good, meaningful conversations. Yeah. Don't let that can be a big thing that people try to really shame you on.
Yeah.
But oftentimes too, I think it's a detriment to pull up women sometimes when they're not ready.
Okay.
So I don't mean just in podcasts, but like on stage, and it's just like everybody go through the grunt of it. When you're really interested in somebody, ask and have them up.
Yeah, you're right.
But make an effort. But what you're doing, but just follow you. You're a good person.
Appreciate it.
You don't have any Harvey Weinstein.
She thinks I'm a good person. Ain't that sweet? That's cool. Some people would disagree with F them. Whatever. Bump y'all hating niggas. But anyway, Courtney, where can we find you on social media? If you don't want us to find you on social media, you don't have to say.
I would like you to find me on social media and say nice things. Twitter at Courtney Banks, Instagram the Courtney Banks, and follow my podcast on Instagram at Hot Chicks Aren't Funny, and you can see it on iTunes, Stitcher, or iHeartRadio.
Okay, wow. She's on a lot. We just on YouTube. We don't have a budget.
I wish I was on YouTube.
Right. So, that was Secret Black People Meeting episode 5. Men, we got to do better. I think that's what we learned.
Call each other out.
Men have got to do better. All right. Thanks, guys.